Welcome to the Food Safety and Quality Team's Pick, Pack, Preserve Food Preservation video series. In this video, we will learn how to use a pressure canner. So let's get started. Today we're going to learn how to safely pressure can meat, in particular chicken. Pressure canning is the only safe method for canning combined low and high acid foods. I'm using a recipe from the National Center for Home Food Preservation for Meats and Poultry. And remember, always use approved recipes when canning. First, let's gather everything we need. Your pressure canner, canning jars, lids and ring bands, your jar lifter and funnel, canning salt, which is optional, bubble wand or spatula, single-use stamped paper towels for wiping rims, your knife, a peeler, a timer, a clean, dry dish towel, and cutting board. Now let's prepare your pressure canner. You will add 2 to 3 inches of hot water in the bottom of your pressure canner or follow your manufacturer's instructions. Set your heat source to low. Next, we're going to prepare our chicken. There are 2 methods for pressure canning chicken. This recipe will also work for canning rabbit. There is a hot pack and a raw pack method. For demonstration, I will hot pack chicken, which is the most preferred for best storage. I will trim the chicken, remove any excess fat, then cut the chicken into 1-inch cubes. For the hot pack method, boil, steam, or bake the chicken 2/3 done. Remember, if you're canning more than one food, clean up in between each food and always can meats last to prevent cross-contamination. Next, we're filling the jars. Using your funnel, fill hot jars with meat, leaving 1 1/4 inch headspace at the top. This is recommended to ensure proper heat distribution in the jar. If you like, you can add 1/2 teaspoon of canning salt per pint or 1 teaspoon of salt per quart for flavor. Preparing the jars for the canner. Debubble by gently sliding a spatula or bubble remover along the inside of each jar, adjusting for headspace if needed. Wipe jars with a single-use stamped paper towel, then place your lids on the jars and tighten the screw bands fingertip tight. Next, you're going to load the pressure canner. Using your jar lifter, place the hot jars on the rack inside. Do not tilt your jars. Lock the lid into place according to your manufacturer's instructions. Do not put the weight on yet. The next thing is to increase the heat to high. Then you want to vent the canner. Let the canner vent steam steadily for 10 minutes. This step pushes out the air, creating a pure steam environment for proper temperature. Next, you're processing your chicken. After venting, place the weight on the vent pipe. Bring your pressure canner up to 11 pounds pressure for your dial gauge canner or 10 pounds pressure for your weighted gauge canner. Again, refer to your manufacturer's instructions. Once it reaches pressure, start timing. 75 minutes for pints, 90 minutes for quarts. Removing and cooling jars. When time is up, turn off the heat and let pressure return to 0 naturally. Do not force the cooling process. This can cause liquid to siphon out of the jars. Once pressure drops to 0, remove the weight for more release. Then carefully remove the lid, opening it away from your face. Use your jar lifter, being careful not to tilt the jars, and place the jars on the insulated surface, such as a towel-covered counter. Don't place the jars on a cold surface or an extremely hot surface to prevent breakage. Leave space between jars for cooling. Do not touch the jar tops or wipe the water off the top of the jar while cooling. This will create a false seal. Let jars sit undisturbed for 12 to 24 hours. Then check your seals. Lids should be firm and not flex when pressed. Remove bands, wipe your jars clean, label with the date, and store them in a cool, dry place. If jars do not seal, place them in the refrigerator. Consume the food within 2 to 3 days. Properly cook your foods before consuming them. And remember, always follow USDA-approved pressure canning guidelines for safety. And of course, happy canning.
For more information, check out our website at www.aces.edu.